Kill it, 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 kill it.
Nothing Left to Do But Win podcast, episode 30, season 2. Let's go. We got a special guest today. Oh, we gonna learn today. 30 seconds. We're going to transition into financials. Five seconds. We're going to start this off real quick. We're going to fade that out. Shout out to the good people. SoundCloud.com/chaotic flame is Nothing Left to Do But Win podcast, episode 30. We are back. I am actually, before I do financials, let me take that down. Before I do financials, I just want to bring up the guest for today. We're going to start up with the friend of the show, Young Shaka, official Gun Papa. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm ready to get educated and educate, man. But I'm feeling good, man.
All good, man. And we got another special guest today, the real estate specialist, Chef Roy Green in the building.
Y'all already. That's what it is. I like the intro, man. I'm feeling that.
Hey, appreciate it. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to bring up the financials, but I never really do it with people being up here with me. But since y'all here, we're gonna pop it off. Like
I got my notebooks. I'm ready to learn.
Check it out. I got mine too. I'm ready to learn. Let's do this. All right. So let me take these off. Let's get right. All right. So now this looks a little complicated to people from what I'm hearing. They don't understand what this is. So I went out and I wiped my Robinhood account, started it over. So this month or this season of the episode, I'm going to go play by play with you guys. And I tried to get the most easiest, aesthetically easiest to digest version of this chart right here. So through Robinhood, we're able to look at the chart now. It's way more simplified version of the chart. As you can see, this and this are the same thing. Under the chart, we have our time frames. 1 day chart. And 1 day, this stock rose 8%. The 1 week chart, which looks a little different, but within 1 week, this stock rose 26%. 1 month chart, 23%. 3 month, 1 year, 5 year. So here's what I like most about this stock right here. In my opinion, based off the chart, this stock is a good buy if you understand what it is, if you understand electronic vehicles and what this company is. This is a good buy through the technicals. If you look at the high of this stock, the high of this stock is $61.95. Right now, through the market crashing, like how SPY has done, we're looking at a price of about $9.78. Last episode, I mentioned this stock to you guys. It was around $8 or so. We're up 20% on this position. And I just want to let you guys know, when I tell you about something, I'm already invested in it. But this is not financial advice, right? This isn't financial advice. This is transparency. I want to let you guys know. This stock, I feel like, has a lot of upside. And how can we tell it has upside? Right now, it's $9. Its high was $56, right? That is just the technical way to look at things if we're looking at it from a chart. I would rather buy this down here, right? I would rather buy it low and sell high. I would never buy high and sell low. Imagine a person that saw this stock running up and decided to be a hype beast about it. January 8th, 2021. Neo's at $58 a share. It's been running. I have to get in on this. A month later, it's already starting to lose value. I waited and watched the stock while it got beat up all the way down to single digits, and now I'm invested in it. So that's one play I wanted to let you guys know about. We also spoke about Affirm here. Affirm is a company that facilitates transactions for Amazon. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, fellas. All right, so Affirm is a company that facilitates payments for Amazon. If your wife or you have ever purchased something off of Amazon.com and wanted the payments broken down into smaller increments, Affirm is the company that facilitates that process. So I was invested in Affirm when it was $9. I exited at $12 I exited at $12. Now, the stock is still running. The worst thing for me to do would be to jump back into this stock after I've already seen profit off of it and it's continuing to run. I wouldn't purchase Affirm again until it dropped back down around the $12 range. That's just me personally. Like I said, this is just transparency. I do plan on getting deeper into these things with you guys. Affirm is another stock that was once highly valued at $164 per share. When you see something that was this high and now it's this low, this is a rookie strategy for long-term share investing. A rookie strategy just based off the technicals. The last stock I'm going to talk about before we go into real estate is Target. Right now, this is a stock I picked because we all understand this company. We all know what Target does. We know what lane it's in, and we have a good idea of, hey, we got another guest that'll be coming up soon, and we have a good idea of what this company's mission statement is. So, over the course of the last year, let's do 3 months. Over the course of the last 3 months, this stock has taken a 12% hit. Over the course of the last year, it's only taken a 3% hit. The high is 181. It's currently around 126 to 137. The pattern I'm trying to show you guys is me personally. I don't buy stocks that are just already doing good and ride the wave. I look for stocks that I understand that have taken an unnecessary beating. I create a personal price point and then I engage based off of my own feelings, right? I don't follow anybody. I have my own personal methodology to this thing. Now, the word of the day for stocks is going to be stop loss. No YouTuber's going to tell you about the stop loss unless you ask them. The stop loss is your helmet, your shoulder pads, your seat belt, your condom, your gloves. It's what protects you from crashing or protects you from harming yourself. If I get into this stock, Neo, let's say I put $100 on Neo. I'm gonna do it very simple and then we're gonna proceed. Let's say I'm not willing to risk more than a 15% loss on this asset. I can create a stop loss order that will automatically kick me out of this stock if it loses 15% in valuation. I don't have to stay on my phone every day and sweat and panic and manage it. I can literally set it and forget it. Now, depending on how long I want to hold this asset, I can have a different stop loss. My personal stop loss is going to be different than yours because I have a different risk tolerance. So for me, I might be willing to take a 25% loss. You might be willing to take a 10% loss. At the end of the day, the purpose of this is to inform you guys that there are tools that you can use to protect yourself in the stock market. And in my opinion, learning how to protect the money is way more important than learning how to make it, right? Learning how to protect it is way more important, in my opinion. All right. With that being said, let's talk about. No, I'm just playing. Shaka know where I was about to go with that. I'm saying that's my guy. All right. That'll cut it for financials. I'm gonna remove that off the screen, and I'm going to introduce the lovely Rashida in the building. What's up, Rashida? How you doing?
Hey,
Hey,
Shooter.
how are you?
I'm good.
Welcome. This is my guy Chevroy Green, the real estate specialist, and of course, Young Shaka,
The military man.
the military master gunnery.
You know what? I ain't gonna do that because we had that discussion a couple weeks ago about what people naturally assume about you.
Yeah.
So I apologize.
Like Sheeta, what do you do for a living? Like where you
I
work at?
am a nurse.
Everybody say like, "Yep, she the nurse girl." Like that sounds crazy, right?
I apologize.
Yeah. Nah, it's all good.
All right, understood. And if I could, I really wanted to converse with Chevroy, because he has knowledge of something I am clueless about. Chevroy has real estate knowledge. I've been very interested in learning about real estate. So I am going to give the panelists and myself opportunity to either question Chevroy or allow him to speak organically on how he came into real estate. Floor is yours, Chevroy. I'm going to mute for a second and I'm going to listen.
That sounds good, man. Hey, look, full disclosure, I'm not a CPA. I'm not a realtor. I'm just a business owner, an investor. Just out here to feed my family. That's it. So don't look for me for professional advice or nothing like that. I mean, shout out to 908 Plainfield already. I mean, I've been gone for a minute, but it is what it is. Like you got to get away from the hood. This will be good. So yeah, man. That's a little bit of background about myself. Um, I mean, I've been in the real estate space now for the past 5 years. Um, um, been in real estate now since 2018. Kind of got in real estate when it was really just it was all right, but now it's hot, right? Especially when it comes to wholesale real estate, especially when it comes to creative real estate, especially when it comes to fix and flip, especially when it comes to like your Airbnb space, especially when it comes to your strategies as far as subject to seller finance, novations, all of these different themes when it comes to real estate. There's such abundance when it comes to real estate, when it comes to building wealth, when it comes to being able to have several different strategies on how you're going to build wealth, how you're going to leave generational wealth to to um, to your family. And the beautiful part about the real estate space is that it's a tangible asset. And when I say tangible, that means that you could pass this thing on for decades, on generations and generations and generations. So not only are you in, but you could set it up to where your first generation is in, then your second, then your third, then your fourth, all all over. That thing get willed down like it's nothing, man. That's how beautiful real estate is, and this is something that's been done for eons now. And here's the thing: we're not taught this type of stuff in school, right? We're taught to go to school, get a job, um, go get married, help somebody else build their future. And if you're good enough, you might get promoted based on your seniority. You've been there for a while now, so we're gonna promote you, right? That's what they say, right? Understand, guys, that I haven't worked a job in 10 years.
Wow.
Um, I went to St. Peter's College in Jersey City. That's when it was St. Peter's College, and now it's St. Peter's University. And I mean, I graduated. I mean, to be real with y'all, I went to school just for girls and football, and
Girls in
and
football. Yeah.
girls and football. That's it. That's all
That's
I
all
do. Um, but after graduating from college, and I mean, I didn't want to go. I didn't even want to go home after I graduated college. I was still in Jersey City trying to get it, and I had to humble myself in it and come home in 2010. I had to go home, and I was trying to sneak into the house, and my mom was right at the door waiting for me, like, "Yo, what you doing? The house is here. If you want to come home, like, what's up?" Pride and ego, man. Sometimes is crazy, right? And I remember where my first my first real entrepreneur gig was I was doing cars. I was doing car auctions. I was taking people to auctions and I mean helping them buy cars and all that stuff. And then my second, actually my first job was I worked at Sherwin Williams.
Yeah.
And working at Sherwin Williams, they fired me in 90 days. I don't even think I made it in 90 days. They fired me. And after they fired me, that was the last time I had a job. I went to go work for an insurance company, and dude was like, "Man, I'll be your best boss that you ever had." And I quit the same day. I looked at him like, "I'm not
Wow.
looking for a boss. I'm good."
Mm.
And that was in 2010. I haven't looked back since, man. I've just been just a serial entrepreneur, just grinding, finding different ways to make money, finding different ways to feed my family. Even before I had a family, right? So just to see the fruits of my labors, just to see all the sowing that I've done in 10 years, to really see it come to fruition as far as reaping the benefits of it now in real estate, it's been a blessing because we've gone from where I didn't know nothing about really assets. I just knew about I knew that you put in the work, you show up every day and you outwork the person that's in front of you, behind you, on side of you. It doesn't matter. You might be smarter than me, you might be taller than me, you might be more handsome than me, but you're not gonna outwork me.
Yeah.
That's my mindset. That's just something that's been embedded in me from day one.
Mm.
So, I took that same mindset from my previous business and applied it to real estate. And I've done so much more in that real estate space because it's all about abundance. It's all about helping those around you to get to where they need to go so you could go where you need to go. And that's been what I've been able to do when it comes to real estate is cultivate that whole mindset of abundance, prosperity, making sure that everybody around me is winning, man. I was in Shreveport, Louisiana, um, 2018 and build up a bunch of people, able to help people quit their jobs, 6-figure income, uh,
Hey.
like buying houses, acquiring properties, all of these different things, man. And we've been able to really put together a nice little portfolio when it comes to rental property. So
Hmm.
currently I have 23 rental properties right now. Uh,
Jesus.
God damn. I mean, wow.
that's something.
I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
wow.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
heavy. My bad. Pardon me. Wow.
that you know what? Yes, that's from coming from where I'm from. Yes, that's amazing. Absolutely. And
Oh.
you know, not only that, but being able to set up to where it's a passive income stream, right? So real estate is all about assets, and we preach a lot about, hey, you have to have retirement is not an age. Retirement is understanding that your income have to outweigh your expenses. As long as the income outweigh your expenses, you're retired. Like you're bringing enough income and your expenses is taken care of, and you have enough to save and enough to travel. You're retired. People don't really people that have that mindset of I need a job in order for me to be comfortable. But that's just a security blanket that they keep you keep you in bondage. You have to know that when it comes to your family, when it comes to your time, when it comes to your freedom, if you have these assets that's taking care of these expenses, you have all the time in the world and all the freedom in the world to really do what you need to do when it comes to this being able to spend the right time with your family. I mean, we come from the era where our parents was working a lot and we barely got to see them. So we didn't even know what they did. Like they just worked.
Yeah.
Right? They just worked. And like people ask, like, what do your mom do? What your pops do? They work like 2, 3 jobs. I don't really know. Like you come home at night, guess what? You don't get to see your parents. You
Mm.
don't know what's going on, right? And as you grow older, man, you like, look, I don't want that for my family. I want to be there. I want to show up and I want
Yeah.
to go hard. And that's what real estate's been able to do, man. It's been a blessing. It's been a journey, and it's only going to get better because we got so many different things in the work, so many different things that we're about to just really partake in and really start enjoying.
Mm,
Just just really enjoy the abundance that God have put on this earth for us to really enjoy. Because it's our God given rights to be wealthy, to be
mm,
healthy, to be
mm,
successful. Poverty, like being poor, is it's a disease, bro. Like poverty is a disease. Like we're not put on this earth. Like God said, "Yo, be fruitful and multiply." He didn't say, "Hey, be broke and struggling to live paycheck to paycheck." No, I said, "Be fruitful and multiply." That means that you're put on this earth to be great. That
mm.
means that what your surrounding is, right, shouldn't dictate who you are. So so yeah, man.
I got a question, bro. So, man, it's you have a very inspirational story. I want to ask you, so in the beginning, I
Mhm.
would say in your first few properties, you had to obviously take a lot of risk, or unless you cash flowed it. But if you didn't, I would ask, how did you work through going through the risk of buying the first few properties? Because obviously, if you're in the if plus 20, it's cash flowing like crazy, and you really don't have to take that. The risk is kind of averted these days. Go to your room, Papa. I would just ask in your when you first got started. Hold on. Let me
Now,
when you first got started, how did you swallow that risk? How did you take that in?
when I first got started, there was no risk at all.
Okay.
I use what is called OPM. Y'all know what that means?
Other people money.
Other people's money.
Ooh, all day.
Oh yeah.
I use what is called OPM. My first property that I actually bought was my personal property, and I only bought it for $1,000. It was worth 150,000. I bought it for 1,000.
All right. That. How? That. How? Yeah. That and how? Yeah. Please.
So what we do is wholesale real estate. That's pretty much essentially where you find a property that's in distress. It don't have to be in distress, but 9 out of 10 times we say, look, ugly houses we wholesale, pretty houses we keep. And all that means is that the uglier the property, the more work that's needed, we're gonna find somebody else to actually bring the actual cash. If it's a pretty house, we're gonna figure out a way to actually hold it for ourselves. So the first property that I bought for myself was where one of my guys, they hit me up and was like, "Hey man, I got a property I need for you to look at." It was a 3 bedrooms, 2 bath house, 1,700 square feet, 2 car garage, an acre of land. And went and looked at the property, and the homeowner was a military person. They had just got home from the military, and they found out that they was behind on their payment, and the house was going to go into foreclosure. So after having a conversation and introducing myself, at the time I had no credit or nothing like that, but I just let them know, look, we like the house. I think this house would be great for my wife, and my daughter, whatever the case may be. So we're gonna make sure that it's taken care of. And she was like, I don't want nothing. I just don't want to have two mortgage I have to pay for, blah blah blah. I was like, okay, great. So what we'll do is we'll take over your payments. I'm not assuming the loan. We didn't assume the loan. We just took over the payment on what is called subject to. And all that means is that we're taking over the monthly note. So we're taking over the deed to the house subject to the existing finance. So subject to their existing note, meaning they still have the debt, but we have the deed to the property. So we're controlling the property. We're in ownership. So on paper, they have debt, but we have ownership. So now her monthly note is $1,000, and my mentor was like, "Hey, man, look, you need to give her something because she's giving you the keys to this property and she don't want nothing. So you gotta make sure she's taken care of." So I cut her a check for $1,000 and told her, "Look, you don't have to worry about the house. Everything's gonna be good to go." 18 months later, I was able to go to the bank, get finance, and get the property from under her name. And actually, she owed 90,000 on the property. So what we was able to do is go to the bank, get financing on the house for 90,000. Then 2 months later, sold it back for 145,000. So within 18 months, we was able to make right around 50,000 off that property. That's off that one deal.
Wow. That is inspiring. That is motivating. That is like subject to. I got it written down. Don't assume the mortgage. Subject to.
Right, right,
You
right.
keep the debt. I'll take the ownership.
I
I've never heard of this before.
baby. Yes, sir. I'll take ownership.
Subject
And
to.
I'll give you a crazy story. In 2020, when the pandemic was happening, when everybody was running away from the mortgage and COVID was going on, we bought 20 properties subject to.
Wow.
So people was just handing over the keys to their property because they were scared they didn't know what to do. So we stopped houses from going into foreclosures. We was able to help people secure their credit where it wasn't going to be beat up. And yeah, man. After we secure those, fast forward to a year or two later, we just went to the bank and did a cash out refi. The debt still getting paid down. We're still cash flowing. Was able to create a lump sum of money.
Mm.
And when it comes to cash out refi, that's tax free. So you only got to pay taxes on that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's heavy. I got a million questions, but I just want to give you guys an opportunity. If you have any questions for Chevroy, bring it out. I don't know who in here are all homeowners, but I don't know who else is in here has rental properties as well. So if you ever have questions, just bring it out.
I have a
How about
question. How did you find the properties?
We do cold calling. So
Cold calling, really?
cold calling. So we're just on the phone all day calling random people.
Dedication. That's that dedication.
Yeah, we're just calling random people asking them if they want to sell their house.
Like literally just calling random people,
Yeah, hey,
asking do they sell their house?
yeah, it's XYZ there. I was calling about your property off of XYZ Street. Just reaching out, seeing if you would ever consider taking off on the property. Either yes or no. I would just keep it pushing.
Yeah, heavy.
Wow.
So we call 500 to 600 people every day.
Every day?
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, cold calling is crazy. Yeah,
Wow. I had
yeah,
a job where I had to do that. I quit 2 days later.
And how many properties you have?
No, this was I was working for a whole different. It was something totally different. I had to cold call people. I quit 2 days later. I didn't like it at all.
How many properties do you got?
None.
Okay. I'm just saying, like,
Ah,
it's but you got it. You like the mindset is that if you want something bad enough, you gotta get out of your comfort space. That's all it is. And maybe what you was doing wasn't right for you. That's all it was. But when you
Mm-hmm.
want something bad enough, you got to go get it. That's all it is. So I mean, I've had people where like one of my guys that's out in Shreveport. I mean, he hit me up and was like, "Hey man, I just started wholesaling. I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing, but I mean, I'm open to learning, and I ain't no dude from a can of paint. Now it's my business partner. Um, but I was able to take him to where he's been able to quit his job, bought a house, got married, 2 kids. Yeah, I think he had like right around 6 rental properties, but he's making right around 15 to 20,000 a month. So 6 figures in his own boss.
and that's the
Wow.
lifestyle that I would love to have. All right, if I could, for the average person growing up in Plainfield, New Jersey,
Yes, sir.
step one. What is step one?
Mindset, dedication,
Mm.
taking a commitment. You gotta commit yourself. You gotta commit to yourself. That's step one. You gotta make that conscious decision that enough is enough. If you're not if it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon and you're still in bed sleeping and your bank account is on zero, you tripping.
Mm,
You tripping.
fact. Fact.
I got money and I still wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. So you tripping.
Yeah.
So that's step one. Step two, once you commit, then step two is educate. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. It's gonna be tedious, but I tell my guys like, yo, if you're on TikTok, if you're on Facebook, if you find yourself browsing for more than 2 minutes and you're watching somebody else's life, Get your shit right. Like if
Wow.
if you are here and you decide that you want to go down that rabbit hole, I've been there. I've been there. I've been there where I'm mindlessly browsing like 30 minutes, an hour before you know it. I'm like, damn, what's going on? But
Yeah.
I had to wake up like, nah, let me stop tripping. So that's how it is. Like, guys, with 21 properties, I'm gonna give y'all a real life story, right? With
Mhm.
21 properties with passive income, that means that you're extremely comfortable because your money is coming in like it's nothing,
Yeah.
right? You have passive income, money is coming in. What do you do when you lose half of that income? You have to find a way to make it back, right? You can't make no excuses. So whatever it takes, you got to find a way to make it back. So I personally got out there and started driving a Lyft and Uber, making an extra 4 grand a month just on Lyft and Uber, grinding. So I'm not the excuse person. I just find a way to get it. That's it.
And it's heavy. I mean, if I could, just knowing that there's someone I went to middle school with, high school
High
with,
school with right.
like me, came from the same conditions, had the same opportunities, and that you sitting here with 23 rental properties. You went from Louisiana to back to Jersey for a little bit. You made your
Yeah.
decision. Just moved to Tallahassee. Congratulations on the
I'm in Tampa.
Tampa. Pardon me. Yeah, it's to me, it's motivational and very beneficial to have these types of conversations. This is right up my alley. I'm like a kid in a candy store. Because by
Dude,
the time I go to bed tonight, I'm gonna have 3 new YouTube channels I'm subscribed to, and I'm
make
gonna
sure
be
you
learning
the real
this.
Chevy. The real Chevy all day. Make sure that's one of them. The real Chevy.
You
Hey, the
know what I
real shit.
heard
I'm
you
gonna pull it
say?
up now. Hold on.
Huh.
You
What's
know
what's
what
that?
I heard you say?
What's that?
Um, what I heard you say was you can make excuses or you can make adjustments. That's what I heard you say. So you can make excuses to why you don't have what you want to have, or you can adjust to get it.
Well, keep in mind that a lot of times we're brainwashed to settle and to be complacent. So I'm hungry. But but let's understand that like all right, we went to the same middle school, we went to the same high school,
Yeah.
and there's teaching us history books. There's nobody coming. There was nobody coming in those classes talking about entrepreneurship.
Mm,
There's nobody coming in those classes talking about running business. They was
mhm,
teaching us about what science, math, English, right? They weren't teaching us about being your own boss. They weren't teaching us about buying a building. They wasn't teaching us about real estate. They wasn't teaching us about stocks. None of that. When you transition and went to college, even your econ teacher, your financial teacher, they didn't have no assets,
mm,
but they was teaching you about assets, right? Like you have all these unqualified people trying to teach you how to get to the bag.
mm. Oh shit.
And don't even have it.
They don't have it. So
Uh,
when I was asking you about the property that you had, I wasn't trying to take a shot at you.
Mm,
I was just letting you know, like, yo, if you really out here and you really want something, you gotta go and get it. Like there's people traveling all over the world while their money's still working for them. Like
mm.
I haven't been in Shreveport, Louisiana in 2 years, and my money's still working for me.
mm.
I just had a call the other day. Somebody was like, "Hey man, y'all buy properties?" I'm like, "Where you get my information from? Online?" He's like, "Online?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I got it offline." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I want to sell my property. I had somebody in my house. They just moved out. I want to sell the property." I said, "Okay, bet." It's like, I'm like, "What you want for it?" Like 100 grand. I'm like, "Okay, let me come and take a look at it." When it go, I sent somebody go and take a look at the property.
Yeah.
I've never met the seller. I don't even know what the house looked like, guys. Right? turned around, made an offer for 65,000. It's like, no, 65 is too low. I'll take like 80. We came to an agreement of 75. Turned around and found someone to pay 95,000 for it. So you do the math. 95 from 75, what's that?
20 easy. A 20 and you're not even really involved.
Less than 24 hours.
And you've never even seen the property?
And and this is somebody that called him.
Yeah.
20 grand.
Hello.
20 grand. You
Oh, but
ready?
here's the thing though. I was going to let it go for 80 from another bar, and my wife kicked me in the ass. Was like, "What are you doing? Like, you know you're a monster in these streets. You need to stop playing. You better send that thing to somebody else." So shout out to the real ones
Hey,
that
Dad,
really
we
like
are on the way
checking you.
and we're on our way.
You bugging. You know what you worth. Stop playing. Like when you have a woman like that remind you of that, that's what it is. So yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Shout out to the real ones. Yeah.
Sure. So I mean it's just like my first year in real estate, guys, I did 65 transactions.
Mhm.
Um, mind you, I was constantly finishing the red where my bank account was in the red. Credit was shot. Um, banks wouldn't even look at me, right? 65 transaction that equaled out to right around 150,000 in my first year in real estate. And that was just wholesaling. I didn't have no cash flow. I was just grinding.
Wow.
Made it through. Shit.
Oh,
Damn.
every year got better.
Yeah.
That was his first year. I didn't know what I was doing. So yeah.
Let me
So
see.
how I got a question. So how do you protect yourself, man? Do you have all your houses? You have your properties in a trust? How is the like? What's the how are you working the long game of protecting this living organism that you've been growing?
We do land trusts. Whenever we buy properties, we buy them with our LLC. Then we turn around and put them in a trust. So I'll give you an example, right? So let's just say, for instance, I buy a property and I hold it, and I could go to the bank and do a cash out refi. So the bank's requirement is you need to have ownership at least a year. The bank I'm messing with anyway, like yo, you need to have ownership for a year. So even though we have it in a trust, we still show ownership because we're the beneficiary of the trust, right? And
Right.
we don't create the trust, so we're the beneficiary and we're the director of the trust. So we're able to go and show proof like, yeah, it's our business. But if you're now looking at a property, it's not like, oh, this property belongs to XYZ. It's gonna say 123 Main Street Trust. Just like
Hmm.
that. So the other part to it is right, let's just say I need a loan. I can use the property as collateral
Mhm.
to secure a loan from the bank.
Right.
So if I'm here and I'm like, man, I need 20 band, what property can I leverage to go and get 20 grand?
Damn.
I need 50,000. I'm like, man, which one of these properties worth like around 100, 200,000? How can I leverage that? Because I
Right.
know now, okay, the bank is going to give me at least 80% of what the property is worth. So, all right, I know I got low equity, I got high equity and a low balance right now. Let me go ahead and take the property. Let me go ahead and take the loan from that loan company and go to another loan company and leverage that. The debt is still getting paid down.
Yeah.
Every 5 years when your loans start to mature. So yeah, man.
Thank you for answering my question.
Yeah, and if I could, shout out to Alvin Wees in the chat saying appreciate the words of motivation. This is another one that's pretty funny. If you know video games, he said, dude did a Fable in real life. Fable is a video game, it's an RPG where you can also own houses and sell properties. More than the gamer says chaotic. Shout out to y'all for shout out to you guys for tuning in. We got Real Chevy here. This is his YouTube page at the Real Chevy 811, real estate specialist. really dropping heavy knowledge. That we're gonna talk about some real estate later. Yeah. So yeah, we have Chevroy, if I could, so tell me what we can find on your YouTube page.
You're going to find a lot of information about wholesaling because that's going probably one of the easiest way to actually venture into real estate because you're not using any of your own cash. You're going to find creative conversation as well. Um, I recently bought a house back in I bought a house back in like January. Bought a house creatively and everything like that. Now, mind you, the house is 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, acre of land, like 2,500 square feet. And I'm gonna let y'all take a guess on how much I paid for that house.
Nothing.
Good guess.
Hold up. Shit. I don't know. My guess is I'm probably gonna butcher it. I don't even want to try. I don't even want to try.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Zero. No money.
How can I get a house with no money?
No money.
23. You could give one of them Jones up, right?
The house is worth 250,000.
And you got it for $0.
Yeah, $0.
So you want to make a profit? I got $1 right now.
It's worth
Hey,
$250,000.
Understood.
In New Jersey, that house is probably like $1 million. But
Wow.
being up in the South, it's different, right? Location, by the way. But
All right.
yeah,
So location. Let's talk about location. Where
hmm
is a majority of your rental properties? The biggest bulk.
everything is in Shreveport. I just recently expanded to Tampa, but everything is in Shreveport right now. Everything is in Shreveport, and then we bought a house in Detroit, not in Detroit, but in Jackson, Michigan. Bought the house for $4,000. It's worth like 120,000.
You saying this like this is just regular shit.
I've,
Yeah.
I've been doing it for a while. I apologize. It is a slip for me,
Yeah,
but
you're
I
throwing
get it.
around big numbers. Yeah, 20 grand here. Yeah, just 20 grand. Shit.
I know it sounds crazy. I know. Especially from if you're from Plainfield and you see me, you're like, what?
It's crazy, man. Very, very inspirational. I'm over here looking at your YouTube. Let me pull
So
this.
I'll tell you the deal about that, right? So the deal that's worth so the Detroit deal, it was a tire landlord. And what that means when it comes to tire landlord is that they have somebody in the property that's that's now paying them rent. The property's just sitting there. They don't want to do nothing to the property. And it's a headache and they still got a mortgage on it. So with someone like that, the deal came to me where they was like, "Man, we could wholesale it." I was like, "Nah, like it have equity in it." Whenever I'm looking at a wholesale deal, I'm looking at how do I make money 3 different ways, right? So how you make money in when it comes to like a creative deal, like a subject to deal, is based on your exit. So your exit have to be where you have a large sum of money coming up front, you have cash flow in the middle, and then you have a large sum of money on the back end as well. So your entry is large, the middle is even, and then the back end is large again. So I'll buy a property and within about of like 2 years, I'll probably make right around 30 to 50,000 just on that one property.
That's wild to me, man. Those numbers are crazy. I feel like if I hit one of them numbers just once, I could do something. You over here like, yeah, it is.
We do
Been
this
doing this for so long.
regularly.
Because you over here like, yeah, that's just one property, and I'm multiplying that by 23, and it's a big stepper in the building. It's definitely a big stepper in the building, cuz. It's
Two, two, 2.5 million.
2.5 million. Goddamn. Plainfield, New Jersey. Where y'all niggas at? Why is nobody in here? What are y'all niggas doing? Y'all still selling fucking dope and shit? What's going on in 2023? Y'all still selling drugs? These niggas flipping houses all over the
I'm,
country.
I'm just glad they can't.
being a millionaire boring.
Being
I'm just glad they can't find me. That's all it is.
yeah,
I'm just glad they can't find me.
yeah. Damn, bro.
I got love for them, but they can't find me though. I got love for them though.
I like it that way too.
Yeah. Shout out to Plainfield, man. Like real deal. Shout out.
And are you saying you learned this on your own? Like you didn't go to school for none of this? This is just you learning it on your own?
You,
Yeah, it's all on my own. YouTube University. I'm a proud
YouTube
scholar.
University, proud scholar.
Wow.
Now, one of the things that I've been doing is I didn't even know that there was a such thing as a unconscious mind. Like tap into your unconscious mind,
Hmm.
creating things out of nowhere. I just now discovered that. So it's about to be just on another level because I've been doing all this like just on work ethic. I didn't even know I could create stuff out of thin air with my mind. But now it's like, yo, I got the work ethic, but now I'm tapping into that spiritual side. It's
Mm.
a rap right.
Mm.
But yeah, yes, sir.
Man, that's heavy. You know what I'm saying? I love what we got going on here. Look, my nephew said this man really got me starting to make my plan for my true food truck for real. And my nephew's been telling me about this for a long time. Yeah, you got to just get up and get it. You got to just do it. I mean, you just got to get up and do it. You got to start. Maybe you create a short-term goal list. Maybe that's how you start. Who knows? You got to
Everybody got
start.
their own path, man. You gotta chase. You gotta
I,
chase your
I,
own dreams, man. Shit.
I'll give him the plug for the food truck. All right, so
Oh,
this
food
what you
truck
do, right?
plug.
So this what you do. You're gonna open up your LLC, and you're gonna now open up you're gonna open up a few small secure credit lines. And what that's going to do is going to boost up your credit score. No. It's going to boost your credit score up. And then you're going to go to the banks and you're going to ask for a small business loan. So you're going to give you upwards of $50,000. That's based on your credit score and based on how long you've been in business. So being that you're a new business, they're only going to give you up to 50,000 max. Go to Wells Fargo and Regions. Just give you $100,000 worth of game, by the way.
Damn.
Just because.
LLC, small business loan.
Just
Yeah.
yeah, business line of credit. Yeah, you look like you want to say something. What's up?
Because this is why I say I don't have time for foolishness. It's so much money to be made out here. It's so much that you can be learning out here.
Hmm.
I don't have time for who said what about who. Like
Hey, yeah,
it's
we're into monetizing information, not gossiping. Over here, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be monetizing information on this side from here on out. They can gossip, and that's cool. Maybe I
like
pop
he
in over there
just
one day.
gave
That's
him the
cool.
blueprint. Like this is what you do. What
Yeah.
you do with that information is like you either going to use it or you not.
I'm gonna give y'all the second one.
Uh,
So it's called authorized user. So what you do is you have people that have great credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a family member, maybe it's not. It's up to you. Depends on the relationship that you build. You want them to put you on their credit as an authorized user.
Yep.
But if you don't have no credit or a little bit of credit, now you go on their credit and their credit
Mm-hmm.
utilization is under 30%, your credit score is going to boost at least a good 50 to 80 points just because you're authorized use on somebody else's credit.
wow.
That's 100% true. I've done that.
Mm.
But here's the thing, you could do it on more than one person credit.
You better shut your
Nah,
mouth
I
and
didn't
keep
know
on
that part.
talking.
That part I didn't know.
You better shut your mouth and keep on talking.
Yeah, you could do it on more than one person credit. Absolutely. And guess what? If if somebody else is doing it on your credit, it's now a reflection on their credit. So it's like a chain that happens now. So now
Mhm.
everybody in the house have great credit.
Oh shit.
I know we talking apples and oranges, bro, but I got my kids on as authorized users on my credit cards.
Sir, great job.
So yeah,
Great job.
I think my son's 4, my daughter's 7.
Great job.
And they've been on my credit cards for I guess 3 years apiece. So You
100%.
know,
So you're
just
now setting them up for success because as black people,
yeah, just a cheat code really, because you ain't really got to do nothing but monetize, manage my own money.
yeah,
If I do that, then that'd
and
be
make
fine.
pay the bills on time. But here's the thing that's happened, right? Have
Hmm.
you ever noticed that when we get to 18 years old, they be like, you either got bad credit or you have no credit at all,
That's what they say in the car loans. Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Why y'all think that is? That's because like the generation before us, didn't really get that. It wasn't really that savvy or didn't have the education, right? So we got to stop the cycle. That's all it is. We got to stop the
Right.
cycle. So yeah, I hope this is good
Wow.
information. I hope,
What did you say, brother?
I hope this is good information for y'all.
Now, yo,
This
this
is
is
great
amazing, and
information.
this is amazing. And honestly, I'm gonna call my nephew when I get off the live later. Oh shit, Black Mirror dropped. Crazy. Sorry. Sidebar. You
Did
guys
it
know what Black Mirror
on
is?
Netflix?
Yeah, the
I
new
don't watch
season
it.
just dropped today.
Oh, okay, that's what's up, man.
Then my wife.
All right. Damn. All right, back focus. So I'm gonna call my cousin when I get off the. I'm gonna call my nephew. Yeah, Intel. This is my cousin. I mean, my nephew Alvin. This is God tier. Yeah, like come on, bro. We real over here. God tier Intel.
Sir.
See, I didn't know that I could do that for my children right now.
Mm.
Yes, you
I didn't
can.
know that.
As
Mhm.
I
less
mean, I've
the
done that
second
as an adult, but I didn't know that I can do that
state
for
gave
my
them a
13-year-old
social
right now.
security, as soon as they had a social security number, you could
They-
put them on.
Absolutely. So that's it. That's their identification number.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Why back in the days people was putting they putting the water bill in their baby name.
Right, because they can.
Because they credit was messed up. I'm guessing. I don't know.
100%. 100%.
100%.
All right. So now,
Yeah.
Chef, here's one question I have, right? Let's
Mm.
say I have an LLC, right?
Mhm.
What should I do with my LLC?
Let's say you have an
Hold on,
LLC.
let me get my pen.
Yo, come on, let's learn. Let's go. I'm about to get
Let's
another.
say you have an LLC. My advice for the LLC is um is to pay yourself through your LLC. Never pay yourself personally because you get taxed twice. When you pay yourself in the LL with an LLC, it's a flow through. So what that means is that everything is a write off. So you tax minimum. So you know how Donald Trump he only paid like what 3% taxes, and he's a billionaire.
Because he know what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. We know what to do now. So whenever you have an LLC, you want anything that you're doing, pay yourself through your LLC. So I'll give you an example, right? Let's just say I make $30,000, but the check is written out to me personally. Out of that $30,000, I'm probably going to pay right around 30 to 40% of that to the government. Now, let's say I have an LLC, right? And I make $30,000. That $30,000, I am paying for everything that I need to pay for. I'm not cutting my check self, no check or nothing. Everything is paying through my LLC. I'm going
Mm,
to breakfast. Guess what that's called? It's called a business expense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having business conversation. I'm paying my car note. That's what that's called. It's called a business expense because that car is good for what? Business.
Business.
I am traveling. Guess who's paying for that? My LLC because that's called business expense. I gotta buy some drawers for my wife. Guess what's that called? A business expense.
Wait,
It's
why?
also a
How is that a
personal
business?
investment.
How is that a business pistol? That part. How is that though? I get the rest of it, but how is that? How do you leverage that shit?
It's called entertainment.
Ah, you stupid.
that nigga's a genius. He's a genius, cuz.
It's
He's a
entertainment.
It's called entertainment, man. You use it's called it's either called entertainment or miscellaneous. It's
wow.
still expense.
That's a personal
It-
investment.
It's still a business expense. Know that.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah. Never pay yourself.
Mm.
Write everything off. There's
I
over.
got a question. I have a question. So I want to start a business upon my retirement, but I really don't know what I want to do. I'm I don't want to get into real estate, but how do I make that decision? Um,
You can always change. You can always change what category your business is under. When you go
yeah,
to
yeah.
NCIS or whatever it's called, but you can always change it though. You can always change it. So you can start out
Just
in one thing and just change it. Just change it. Yeah,
as long as I establish an LLC, I just kind of just
you could do it. You could do anything underneath your LLC, man.
Wow.
right, just find my wave.
If you could pay yourself as a consultant.
Mm.
I thought
Whoa.
about that. It would leverage my degree as being a consultant.
So yeah,
Damn. I feel like I learned a lot. I feel like not only, hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you.
All right, disappear. Bye.
Okay. Also, can I have a beef jerky?
Yes, you can.
Yay!
You're so extra.
Beef jerky.
Take it and get out. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what we do this for, though. It would be like beyond my wildest dreams to be leaving properties for my children. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, it seems like that's so far away.
yeah.
I remember, and then I'll yield the floor. I remember walking down Sterling Street as a youngin' and seeing how beautiful the houses were, and thinking, how 750,000? How? You look at the salary, people making 50 to 80,000 a year, house is 750. Like how? I never knew how. I feel like I got some insight on that today, though, for real.
Like he dropped some gems that people
Yeah.
charge a lot of money to learn. They charge a lot of money to teach you that type of stuff.
Yeah, I'll charge people. But I remember, Ira with the big white tees.
Yeah.
Everybody had
six
a
cents.
big white tee back then, though. I was
Yeah.
The
like, do you
6
even really
cents.
remember them and shit?
It was
No,
it was the six.
I
6 cents
remember.
tall
I
tea.
remember Ira. I
Did y'all
remember.
used to get them from the gas station?
It was a gas station on Front Street. We used to go to Front Street and get the white tees.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to go to Front Street. So yeah,
All right.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey,
here's the thing: that house was that for 750,000. Somebody's behind on their mortgage. You could take control of that house.
Mm.
Now you own it, and they own the debt.
That is amazing, and that's subject to, right? Boom,
Sure.
boom.
Now,
See, I learned something new. You can't subject to. You heard?
but
Yeah.
now, and now when you're doing your taxes, they can't even file it on the taxes because it's not theirs no more. So you get the tax benefit.
Damn. That is just a financial cheat code.
If
Mhm.
you
the
come
person
away from
that
this
sold the person.
episode and didn't learn anything, you weren't listening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what are you saying, Shot?
So the person that sells you that property, what do they benefit? It doesn't seem like they do, but surely they must have made the agreement for some fucking reason.
Yeah, they was gonna let the bank take it. It was gonna affect their credit. It was gonna go into foreclosure. Something crazy
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because remember, whenever you have a deed to a property, you're still responsible for it, regardless of what's going on. So let's just say, for instance, the city come down like, man, this property look vacant. It's city ordinance. They're gonna fine you at $2,000. They're gonna fine you. You don't even got to trip about it. It's not your house no more. Somebody else's house.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Now I see some sort of benefit within the transaction. Okay, I understand.
But now the 10 times these people is walking away. Like, I'm good. I don't even care about this property. So
Yeah.
instead of letting the banks take it, why don't you benefit from it and let the
Mm.
seller become the bank?
So let me ask you this. You said you are making like 500 calls a day. You still do that every day?
he hires someone to do that. He's not calling any.
I train people there. So I haven't worked for 2 years. I just started working again.
Mm,
But you have people doing this for you every day.
yeah. How
Like
many
you're saying this as if
employees?
this is just regular, like this just regular shit. Like this is not.
In my world, it is.
Damn. You need a logistics guy?
Oh, yeah, I hope you're not expecting me to come to your room like, yeah, this is correct. No, this is regular shit for me. Yes, like
Damn.
100%. This is what we do. This is how we get it.
Wow,
So
that's dope.
yeah,
Um, I guess I would ask, for someone had asked me personally through text, how much money do I need to start with if I have bad credit or a credit score under 700? Someone says
zero,
$0.
zero. Guys, look on the YouTube. It's called The Real Chevy.
Yeah.
Real estate with no credit, no cash, no realtor license. I don't know how much I need to stress that. Oh, see that
Mm.
guy? He did. What that guy do? 21,000 first wholesale check.
Oh
And
yeah, that's crazy. Let's see
made
that.
314,000 in six months. So yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, and then there's about to be crazy new content coming too. So like we got so many different things in the pipeline. Like, oh, that's my guy right there, the one for 24,000. Yeah, he's the one that left his job. He was so stressed out. He's like, man, I want to leave. I'm like, dude, you have your business set up where it needs to be. Go ahead and leave. You're about to buy a house. You're about to get married. You got your kids. Like, you can spend more time. You don't got a trip, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that he trusts me because now he called me every day. He's just grateful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
24.5 in a day.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's crazy. Well, shit, I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm hyped. I'm
Yeah.
motivated. I'm ready to get my YouTube on. Anyone have any questions for the retail specialist?
Retail. But what do you, Ira? Retail. Dude, come on.
Rent. I'm
Let me
with
tell you
you,
something. I'm about to be at work tonight, just
Oh man.
on your YouTube.
Absolutely.
I
That's
don't
how
know if real estate is something that I am particularly interested
it,
in,
it,
but
yeah.
I'm interested in learning how it's done.
It, here's the thing. Real estate is not like real estate is so many different things, right? There's Airbnb arbitrage, there's subject twos, there's seller finance, um there's novation deals to be done, wholesaling, flipping, buying whole, BRRR. That's where you buy a property, right? You renovate it, you rent it, you hold it for a minute, then you go to the bank and get your money back while it's cash flowing. Yeah. So let's just say, for instance, you buy a property. Let's just talk Jersey, right? You buy a property for 150,000, $200,000 in Jersey. And you can rent that thing out for like 3 grand. Your mortgage is like, let's just say 15 to 2 grand. So you cash flowing like $1,000 within within 2 to 3 years, maybe less than 2 to 3 years. Your home value is going to go up probably a good 10, 15%. The bank is going to lend you based on what the property is worth 80%. So let's just say that house that you bought for 150,000 now have a value of 300,000. You can now borrow against that 300,000 up to 80% while it's still being cash flow. So you bought it for 150, you probably put like 50,000 into it, so you at 200. But you go back and you get that 200, all right, that you already spend on the property plus some, and it's still cash flowing, and you don't have to pay taxes on it.
Damn. Speechless, cuz I'm speechless. I'm ready to learn what my $0. I'm ready to learn. I'm saying I'm gonna find that video on your page, and what I'm gonna do is promote it. And for anyone who's wondering what page is, for anyone who views this in the future, I'm just gonna pull it up one more time. This is the real Chevy on YouTube. See, I got the premium. I don't watch ads. I'm saying we got my guy Chevy here. Got a nice following here. He's edifying people. This has been super motivational and super educational. And I think now Shaka would allow me to say the word edifying. You think so? We there yet? Did we get that today?
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that word a couple weeks ago. I forgot what
Yeah.
it meant though. It's some deep shit though, right?
Oh, well, we gained. We learned.
Okay, good.
We gained.
Look, my goal is to let my talents for free to you guys.
Mm. Don't
And
threaten me with a good time. Don't you dare. I'll ring your line, cuz. Don't do it.
Mm.
and I expect to be compensated in abundance.
Heard.
Prosperity.
Respectfully.
That's it. That's why I came on here.
Damn, well, shit, I appreciate you. I know Rashida got something that me and Rashida gonna do. Chevrolet, I appreciate you for coming on. Hopefully I could
Damn,
get you
I
back up.
appreciate you because I
Yeah,
learned some stuff.
yeah. I
Got my
look
little
forward to getting you
notepad.
back on here too, so that we can go more in depth when we get some specificities on some questions that some people may have involving real estate. I'd love to get you back on here eventually. And if you ever have something going on and you need someone as like an auxiliary person, I would love to come on your platform and just rock out with you as well, brother.
That's what it is. Before I go, you could do the same thing with cars.
Cars?
Yeah.
To be continued.
Yeah, to be continued.
The next episode.
Yeah. It's fascinating, man. I really appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely, man. Y'all take care. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
All right, take care.
All
Thank
right,
you. I'm
man.
gonna hit you.
Nice
after
meeting
the
you,
show.
brother.
Yeah,
All right, dude.
yeah.
Wow.
All right, now let's talk about that. And I was playing, I was gonna bring it up, Shot. Yeah,
Wow.
let me see. Glad I tuned this on. Yeah, and before we proceed, I feel like now we had a really, really good educational piece right there. That's cool.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't mind a little bit of ratchetness.
Ratchet.
little
You know what I mean?
little bullshit.
Yeah, let's get into some bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a bunch of clips of how we were edified in that sense. Rashida, I know that you had something that you may have wanted to bring out.
It was what we were talking about earlier.
All right, let's talk about it.
We talked about a couple things earlier.
Yeah.
I believe the one thing we were talking. Oh, that's what it was. Would you be okay with your friend dating your ex? Would you be okay with that?
Shot can't tune in on this one. So I'll go. And what I would say is me personally, I wouldn't care, but I would definitely take heed to how my so-called friend is moving. I wouldn't care and make a scene and stress it and try to have to talk with bro, because there's certain understandables at the age of our mid-30s and whatever we are. I don't know your age. I don't want to put that on you. All right. But at this age, certain things, I shouldn't have to call you and say, hey, that's not cool that you're dealing with my, you know what I'm saying? I can't do that. And I don't care enough to do that. But what I can do is realize how you're moving and then act accordingly, in my opinion, right? So I don't get my ex is my ex for a reason. You heard?
Yeah, I mean, when I was I've been out of like the dating game for such a long time. But when I was in the dating game, I would answer. I'm going to answer it like that, and I would say I wouldn't care. I wouldn't give a rat's ass. Honestly, I wouldn't. I can't even explain to you how much I would care about somebody dating my ex girlfriend, because back then we were just trying to, it was more of a primal kind of instinct thing, just to get with women as best as we can or whatever. So It was like, I don't know. There was nothing emotional when I was a younger person. I would put it like that. It was never an emotional tie. So
That
yeah,
makes sense.
bro. I guess the ignorant way to say it would be bros before hoes, but it was just like good for you. I don't know. You know, I think the phrase is Eskimo brothers. You ever heard of Eskimo brothers?
Ah,
I have not.
nah, I haven't heard of that, brother.
Eskimo brothers when you had sex with the same girl. That's all.
Oh, all right. Yeah. All right.
Wait a minute. What was that?
Eskimo something. I don't know, man.
Could be an Air Force thing. I mean, it probably fucking is. But yeah, Eskimo brothers is a thing. Like, oh yeah, that's my Eskimo brother, and then you like niggas know like, oh okay.
Oh, then you know. Okay, I got it. Yeah, that's my Eskimo brother.
Right.
Oh, yeah, y'all done banged out. Yeah.
So, okay, if that is the case, are you looking at her a type of way because she slept with the both of y'all?
Not in the way you probably thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not but I'm thinking some type of way. I'm thinking like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? She open and available. Not necessarily it's nothing. I never think of anything. I wouldn't consider it cynical. It's not a cynical thing. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's her.
If I could, I got something. It's kind of like a game. It requires participation in a chronological order. It's gonna go from me to Rashida to Shaka, background to me. We're gonna do 3 rounds, right? It's called
Okay.
improv. So this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna start with one line of a story, then Rashida's gonna give the next line, then Shaka's gonna get the next line. We're gonna do this for 3 rounds. I just want to test this out. If y'all cool with it, all right?
How much time? How long do we have to pontificate and shit?
Not
You know
just
what I mean?
one sentence, 3 rounds, right?
I love that
Okay.
word, by the way.
Pontificate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit is. It's one of those. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna start it off. Then we're gonna go to Rashida and then Shah. We're just gonna do this. I don't know how this is gonna go, but fuck it. All right, look. A man walks into the house.
Takes off his shoes and sits in front of the TV.
And is approached by a butt naked maid.
The maid drops the broom in front of him and then proceeds to pick it up.
He totally ignores her.
And says, I got a broom for you, girl.
There's a mysterious knock at the door.
It's her husband with a shotgun.
Hey nigga, I ain't hire your ass. You need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's 3 rounds, but that's what y'all want to keep going. We can end it.
I don't care. I don't care.
I guess I'll do one more round. All right.
Okay.
He answers like you said. Hold on. What's the last thing you said? I ain't hire your ass. You better get out of here.
Yeah, you ain't the one I hired.
All right, dude barges into the house with his shotgun.
And demands the money out of the safe.
And then the man hops out of the window and breaks the glass. He tries to escape.
Hey, there we go. But look, that right there is something I'm working on. And if y'all ever have any ideas on how I could increase that or heighten that, you know what I'm saying? I'd appreciate that. It's like some little improv thing, probably something I saw on like Whose Line Is That Anyway growing up. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them shows I need to look at again more. Black. Oh yeah, Rashida, I'm gonna ask you if you got any more questions. You know what I mean? And
I do.
all right.
Specifically for you, Shaka.
Okay.
I mean, you too, Ira, but
Cool.
would you ever consider being like once you retire, would you ever consider being a stay-at-home dad?
Oh man, Rashida, I dream about that shit all the fucking time. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Fuck, man. My daughter's special needs, so every time that I have to like take her to a particular place or a daycare or something like that, that's time that I don't have with her, and I always have anxiety about other people watching her. And the only reason that I have other people watching it because I have to go and make some money.
Mhm.
So, yeah, like if I'm retired, once I retire, if my money looks like a certain way, I'll probably have side hustles from time to time. But yeah, that is a dream. Or like my motivation is have either me or my wife be there for my daughter forever. I don't think she needs me forever, but I just want her hanging around forever. So like another
That's a
line of thought
dad
is like,
thing.
Mhm.
right. So after I retire, perhaps I find a different occupation where I'm making so much money that my wife can start coming back home and being a stay-at-home mom. But now I don't mind being a stay-at-home dad as long as somebody's staying at home because I think that's the best thing for my family.
Now, if your daughter wasn't special needs, would you still feel the same way?
I guess not.
Mm.
No, I guess not. I don't. Oh, like would I still be want to be a stay-at-home dad? Then I
Hmm.
guess it's still nice. Like you wake up at 5 in the morning, you go for a run.
Who wake up
You
at
wake
five
up.
in the morning?
He's a military man.
Okay.
I'm a nigga. I wake up at no, at the real estate niggas said the same fucking shit. Go fuck yourself, Larry.
He's
Everybody wait. Some
successful.
people wake up. Some people.
He's successful. They wake up
Oh,
early.
there you go. But
Hmm?
anyway, I wake up at 5 in the morning. I go for a run and shit. I'm sweaty. Like I smoke. I smoke a joint and shit. And I'm like in the house making everybody breakfast, and then everybody eat and get the fuck out. That's a fucking whoa. I go back to sleep. I go back to sleep from like 8 to noon.
Yeah.
Wake up, knock the coal out my eyes, pick up the kids from school. That's a fucking life, bro.
It really is because I work 11 to 7, and my favorite thing in the entire world is watching them go to school because they go to
Mm,
school. I might make myself some breakfast. I might just lay down and go to sleep, but I have the quiet time. Like I have
mm,
4 children, so it's always noise in this house. So like that quiet time is amazing. Like
it's amazing.
I'm in school also, so I have time to either just sleep until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or study, or binge watch. Like that quiet time, that is
What are you in school?
amazing.
What are you in school for? What are you doing?
Nursing. I'm
Okay.
in
How long
nursing.
is it? How long are nursing programs? I don't know.
The one that I am in is 18 months. There
Okay.
are some that are longer, but some are longer, some are shorter. It just depends on your schedule and how you go. But the one that I am in is 18 months, and it's really,
Okay.
really intense.
If you
The
don't mind, how are you funding it? Are you going out of pocket? Is it being
for
sponsored somehow, some way, or are you getting
for the
loans?
most part, I got financial aid, student loans, every
Yeah.
way that I could try to pay for this and pay for it as less out of pocket that I can is what I did. Because school is expensive. Like it
Yeah.
really is. It's ridiculously expensive. Um,
Right.
so I got tons of financial aid to do it, and
Yeah.
I didn't have to end up paying that much out of pocket. But
Yeah.
when you have children, that
Right.
helps a lot. That helps
What
a
do you
lot.
mean? What do you mean?
Um, the
They
more
do your homework for you? Is that what you're saying?
First of all, they do help because this med math that I'm doing, um, my 10-year-old and my 13-year-old are like, Mom, this is how you do fractions, because I haven't been to school since 2006.
Yeah.
So my 10 and my 13-year-old is like, Mom, this is how you multiply and divide fractions, and you got to do it this way. And if this way doesn't work, then you do it this way. And I'm just like, you are teaching me something that my teacher, who does this every day, didn't teach me. But so that's great. But the more children you have, it helps to get you more financial aid. It definitely
Mm.
helps.
FAFSA, right? You talking about like FAFSA and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. That's what's up.
I just
I'm
can't wait
a
for it to be
self
over.
a selfless plug, man. So you never, so the military never makes a lot of money, right? We never
Hmm.
make a lot of money, but our lifestyle is definitely it's an upgrade. It's funny how it works sometimes. I have my master's degree. I graduated back in late 2022, and I didn't pay a dime from. Ira can tell you this, but I have a GED. I started with a GED when I was 15,
Hmm.
and I made my way to a master's degree. I never paid a dime for it, and it was never money in my pocket. But if there's a value set, and it's a different kind of lifestyle the military can kind of provide for you. They don't put money in your pocket, but they give you a lifestyle. So I like how much does a master's degree cost? Like from an associate's degree, my bachelor's degree, and my master's degree were completely free. I never had to pay for it. And I got FAFSA during my undergrad time. I was getting FAFSA. So like I was getting free money back then. So like it was a net profit overall. Um I sometimes I get invoices in the mail. My daughter was doing ABA therapy at one point, and I
Hmm.
get invoices in the mail, not a bill, but just letting you know how much all this shit costs. Here you go. And it was in the ranges of $5,000 a month just for ABA therapy. Like I can't really tell you how much I made a year, certain years, but it's like the base salary is yeah, it's I guess the military it's its own little tax secret too, because there's a lot of things that I get that's not taxed, and they just kind of give it to me. It's weird. It's weird. I never really thought of it like that, but now that I'm kind of in the winter of my career, there's a lot of things that come to me kind of just tax free and just kind of given to me, where a lot of people got to pay taxes on it, or they have to
Yeah.
figure out ways to kind of maneuver the tax code to get what they want.
Now, I wanted to go to the military. Like I sat with the recruiter because you know how
Yeah,
they come to you and they talk to you in high school, and I was just like, yeah, like even back then, I'm like, even for this little 4 years, what I would get out of it afterward
yeah,
seems to outweigh all the other all the other foolishness.
for sure.
Because I feel like when you are in the military, it sets you up for life.
Yeah.
Or it sets you up better. So
Some niggas ain't shit. I know you met a couple of niggas in the military that ain't shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that's what
Like,
I saw, and I'm just like, because my whole intention, like I had a plan. I'm like, I want to do the military for 4 years. That way they'll pay for school and I won't have to pay XYZ. Like that was my plan. But
oh,
when my parents found out, my mother was like, absolutely not. You're not doing it.
mm,
And I'm like, but I'm 18. Like, you don't get a say in that. And
mm,
she was like, but you're not going. And I was like, yeah, okay. So I made the plans with the recruiter and everything. I'm
mm,
like, okay, I'm going to the recruitment office because I already know how she feel. Like I'm going into the military. They called the house to confirm my appointment. She cussed them out, hung the phone up, and I never heard from them people ever again.
wow.
But it may have been for the best,
Yeah.
because I don't know that I could have actually stuck it out. I know people who have, but I don't
Yeah.
know that I was actually built for that. I just wanted it for, I just wanted it because I wanted to go to school for free. That's what I wanted it for.
What branch were you gonna join?
I was thinking of joining the army
What the fuck for?
because that was the first person I spoke to,
Mm.
and they started talking to me about all the benefits, and I'm just like, all I heard was free school. That's all I heard. I didn't hear nothing else.
She
You
was
know
younger
the Air
at
Force.
the time,
You
Shock.
know
We were
I
teenagers
know,
then.
but yeah, the Air Force provide that. The Coast Guard provide that. The Navy provide that. You can do way less dangerous shit and get the same benefits.
I was 18
I
and
know.
the
Yeah,
army
yeah, yeah.
recruiter came. I was like, free school? Sign me up.
Sign me the fuck up. Yeah, I got my wife's brother, my brother-in-law. You know, he was talking about joining the military. This is about 10 years ago now, and he was like, "Yeah, Shock, I'm gonna join the army." I was like, "Well, fucking why? Like, what's happening?" And he was just like, "Oh, I don't know." And like every time people join the army, and my brother joined the army too. Um, and so we're just like, damn, what the fuck did I do this shit for? The army needs people, man, for sure, but it's just a different quality of life. And it's, man, I don't understand why people would join anything but the Air Force. Like, unless I know, like, I'm gonna name drop somebody, but Ira,
Yeah,
Biddy's a Marine.
yeah, yeah.
It's different. So some people have this a temperament ready for these kind of things, and I totally get it because he even told me like, man, if it was anything, it'd be Marine. I'm like, I know it is. Relax, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man. The Air Force is cool, man. Air Force is cool. Got good benefits, but yeah, we got off track. But yeah, we were talking about school and shit. I just wanted to bring that up. The selfish plug.
Yeah, all good, brother.
Yeah.
And
Like at
Rashida, when
this
are you
stage in my life. Go ahead.
yeah. When do you graduate from nursing school?
September 24.
And will you be an RN, an LP? There's a lot of different acronyms, but I know
Yes.
which one would you be when you
I
done?
am in school to be an LPN. But because I don't know. Well, I know that right now in my life that I don't have the focus to dedicate to the RN program because it's really, really intense. And I figure I could either do one of two things. I can become an LPN and start making money now, or, sooner than later. And then I can go back for my RN, or I
mm,
can get a lot of different certifications that RNs have and still make pretty much the same money without all the student loans, because there are certain things that you can do as an RN that you can't do as an LPN. Like as an RN, you can start an IV. As an LPN, you can only monitor it and take it out.
oh
So,
wow.
Mm,
but I can also, as an LPN, go get a certification to do that. So, like
okay.
that's where I'm along the lines of thinking, because I'm a little older now. Like I'm 36 now. I don't know that I have it within me to do the RN program, because this LPN program, I'm not typically a crier. But in the last 14 weeks of my life, I've cried more than I ever have, because it's hard. It's intense.
Mm,
And it has to be, because essentially you have people's lives in your hand. So like I'm still trying to decide whether RN is something that I want to do. Like I want the responsibilities and the income increase, but I don't know if all the extra schooling is something that I can do, because I still have 4 children at home. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that is what I'm going to do, but it's something that I'm thinking about.
Why not
mm.
just get into real estate?
That's why when I go to work tonight, I'm going to watch his YouTube channel and figure
Yeah.
out if that's something that I am interested in doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This the video I'm gonna watch. Wholesaling real estate newbie made 24,500 in one day. Yeah. I need to see what's going on here.
It's
And
awesome.
Black Mirror is out. I feel like this was a great time, all right? Let me
Yeah.
see.
See, and you know what? I was going to go to work tonight and watch that,
Yeah.
because as long as all of my residents take their medication and they chill out for the night, um, I just have all the time in the world to do whatever I would like. But now I think I'm gonna go watch his YouTube channel instead of watching Black Mirror.
Shout out to the
Mm,
real Chevy. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely interested to converse with him more. I plan on consulting with him. I know this is a reach, but if y'all ever want to like put y'all money together and try something, I'm always down.
You know what? I was thinking that today, like, cause I was thinking that today, cause you know how now that I'm in school and I'm working again, I spend a good amount of money on fast food, and the thought process was, if I'm spending $50 and $60 on pizza and wings for the kids so I don't have to cook, maybe I could put that money towards something that could grow and that could benefit me. So
Yeah.
I was definitely thinking that today. So it's interesting that you said that.
Yeah, creation over consumption. That's me personally. All right, so this is all right. So look, somebody close to me asked me to borrow some money, right? A family member, very close. Let's say immediate family member asked me to borrow some money.
I already
This
love this
person,
question.
you know. So this person always pays me back. They're going to pay me back tomorrow. They've perfect track record, right? The only reason I'm taking the money back is so that I can invest it and make it grow. Should I feel guilty about taking money back that I lent out ever?
No,
Even if it's immediate family?
even if it's that, because
What if
if
it's
you're
well, I added it. What if it's my wife?
is what you're doing
Your
going to
wife borrowing
benefit
money
your
from you?
household?
I'm asking a question. What if it was the wife?
Is what you're doing going to benefit your household?
Whatever I do with that money is the intentions of that money is to grow and benefit. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to take it and go buy beers. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking it, I'm buying Amazon stock.
So then I don't see an issue with that.
Just curious. But yeah, hold up,
I'm
Shock. So you said is my wife borrowing money from me?
right in that scenario. That's kind of weird, man. You owe me $50, motherfucker. Like, what is going on? You know.
Owe me
Um,
$50.
but nah,
Where's
man. I'll be honest with you. This may sound kind of wild, and I mean, I don't mind pontificating on it, but like,
There's
I
that
won't
word.
even, I won't even loan money to my own children.
You said to your own children?
Right.
he said he wouldn't loan it. He didn't say he wouldn't give it. He said he wouldn't loan it,
I
right?
wouldn't loan money to my own children. I don't give out money. I don't ask for money.
Here's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I don't loan anything that it will really put us in a bad place if you didn't give it back.
I don't even do that.
You don't do it at all.
Wow.
I don't loan people money. I don't ask people for loans.
So when your son is about 14 and he hitting you up for $20 to go out with the fellas to Blaze
Right.
Pizza, what are you doing?
Right. I probably would give him $20 because he's a fucking kid.
All right, okay, I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah, I'm with you.
But I guess I'll so this is what I'll say. Like, hey, Dad, I'm 19 years old. Co-sign on me on this thing. No. Hey, Dad, let me get no. So and this is why no. I'm gonna tell you, like, it's no because I'm going to first off, I'm already investing in my son as we speak. I put money in his account. I put money in his 529 and Arya's 529. So they're gonna have money for college, or I mean, I hope they do. It's gonna grow, so it'll be there in time. When they get of an age of some type of maturity, I'll teach them about, the risk of leveraging debt and explain to them why I'll never let them borrow none of my fucking money. I'll give you shit. I do plan on at a particular point, creating an LLC for myself, creating some type of business where I hire my children
Yep.
and and kind of teach them the value of a dollar from my own dollar. But yeah, I don't want them to ever take out loans, like ever. Arya is in a better shape than CJ, personally, just to let you guys know. You guys know what a 529 account is?
No.
For those who don't,
A 529 account is an account that grows. It grows tax free, and for the most part, depending on the specifics, but every state has one. You can you can make college expenses with that money. So if you have $20,000 in that account, and your son's tuition is $2,000, you just withdraw the money and give it to the college. And it can also pay for books. Thank you, sweetheart. You can also pay for books. It can also pay for lodging, like room and board. It can pay for anything that goes towards a college expense, like all the under all the nonsense that goes with going to college. It'll pay for it. With my daughter, she's special needs, so she gets a 529 ABLE account. Now, a 529 ABLE account will basically pay for anything to better my daughter's life, period. Like, Congress made the law, so it's vague as all fuck. By the time Ari is like 19 or 20, there could be enough money in it that I can purchase a home with it.
Really?
A 529.
Yeah, but a 529 able. If you got a normal 529, you buy a house. The IRS will be nom, 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 nom. But with an able account, they say like, hey, if it works for if this is what you guys need, then do it. And it goes for education, transportation, living expenses, trainings, medical expenses, anything that my daughter may need, you know. So it's vague as fuck. So, you know, that's the my intent now. And also what you do I asked your old boy about a trust, because I'm working on getting a trust, special needs trust for my daughter. And I think everybody needs a trust, or at least start off with a will, and then from a will, move it on to a trust. It just protects a lot of the government benefits that you can get, because it hides it. It kind of shields it off. So basically, when the Uncle Sam comes and says, "Oh, you want this benefit? How much money do you have?" My daughter could always say with a straight face, "I ain't got no goddamn money." So I do have pause now. Do you guys remember like looking on Instagram, and I'm gonna just throw names out there, and I'm getting my names all wrong, but you know what I'm saying? Like Penny Hardaway daughter saying that Penny Hardaway ain't paying her no money and she ain't got nothing in the bank account. That sounds like a very like, wow, Penny Hardaway, why you doing it like that? But if you just kind of knew, there's probably like a trust that she can't touch
Yeah.
And she just
unless it's
mad.
Or
right.
she's
But
not
yeah,
privy to, Yeah.
but if you just say those facts, it looks sus as fuck. Penny Hardaway daughter ain't got no money. And she ain't no money. And it's like, what the
She
fuck,
could get
Penny
a job.
Hardaway? Right, she can get a job, but it just sounds sus. It seems like he's not taking care of his daughter, but but he really just is. You know what I'm saying? But the facts can really like guide a story a particular way.
He's just doing it in a way that actually benefits her instead of
Right,
giving her money to go out and buy a fast car.
right. And also on another note, if I'm not here anymore and my wife's not here anymore, right, I can create this trust, and I can say how much money is invested in Arya's account and how much money Arya can get from the account, all that shit. And here's why. If a snake salesman comes to Arya when she's 27 years old, I'll fucking kill him in my fucking. I come from the grave and I kill him. But I can't do that, right? So what I can do is I can control I can control how the money is controlled.
Got it. Mm.
Yeah, because some people will need help forever, and I don't mind giving it because I'm dad. I don't give a fuck. So
Facts.
even beyond the grave, dad wants to help. And that's how dad's gonna help. Everybody needs protection in different ways. You know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah.
life insurance, car insurance, your real estate trust. Everybody needs protection. You know what I'm saying? And she needs special protection. You got to pick the right one. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one for her.
And I feel like as dads with daughters, that's a whole different type of taking care of your child. Because
Yeah.
even now at the age of 36, my father will put gas in my car. My father, he don't want to, and he'll talk trash about it, but I will take my car over there and he will wash it, vacuum it, and make it look like I just had the best car wash ever. I think it's a whole different bond between fathers and daughters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I already can relate to this. So, I already got son and daughters too. But the way I see it, man, my daughter. When it comes to my son, I'll be like, nigga, stop fucking crying. I'm trying to teach him to like survive in this fucking world.
Yeah.
But women are pretty, women are gorgeous, women are God's gift to earth. They're gonna be fine. Especially if they have a man that will take care of them while they're young and they know the value, they know what a shitty nigga is,
Yeah.
and they know what a good man is, because I'm doing that now. So we got that all taken care of.
Yeah.
So like, but my son, that nigga gonna have to go out and get it on his own.
Get it.
Like
All
every
right.
single fucking cent, dude.
Shot, if I could, and sorry to
Yeah.
cut you, in such importance. In a perfect world,
Yeah.
in a perfect world, meaning your daughter meets the perfect husband, right? In a perfect world, what age would you want your daughter to get married if you knew that this was the right? Let's in a perfect world, everything perfect, everything perfect.
As soon as you can, man.
As
If
soon as
everything
she
was perfect.
can, I'm
If
with you.
everything was perfect,
If
I
everything's,
guess.
I'm with you immediately, right? I'm not
Oh.
raising her to be some GI Jane, and I ain't gonna get too personal in my situation. My daughter needs some help too, all right? And so I'm gonna say she needs some help. All right?
Yeah, but yo,
Little
same
help.
thing though. But yo, that trust goes beyond a wedding ring. So old Jimmy over here still ain't getting into it's different. It I have a plan for her and it shields virtually everybody.
All right. So next, I'm gonna let you go, Rashida. But next show, I think we need to talk about that right there. But go ahead, Sheeta.
So, what if she decides she never, not ever wants to get married? Are you okay with that as her father?
I'm not great about it. Um I always hope that, if we ever have a grandchild, it's through marriage. 'Cause I think marriage is just a really good foundation to raise children. Because I think the single life can be kind of fast and loose, because kind of by its nature it is. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, by its own nature, it's fast and loose. The She never wants to get married. Yeah, that's fine. You know, I never stop loving her. I may have everybody has aspirations for the like I have like particular dreams and goals for my wife, but I know that's absolutely nonsense. She's gonna be who she is, right? It's stupid. And I want my son to be a particular thing. I want Ira to be a particular thing. I want Rashida to be a particular thing. But that's just my brain doing dumb shit. But you just love people who they are. So that's really it, man. Yeah, if you ever get married or not married, I guess that's what it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because here's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I feel like for my daughter, before she even considered marriage, I would want her to get her education, whatever that may be, whether she chooses to get a trade or she chooses to get a degree or whatever that may be. I would want her to do that first.
All right.
Just in,
If I could, right? Why first and why not while being married? Go ahead.
because here's the thing, and you know why I'm going to say this too. If for whatever reason your marriage doesn't work out, he could up and die from a massive heart attack. You need to be able to provide for yourself and take care of yourself and be able to earn a living some sort of way. There is no guarantee that just because you're married, your marriage will last or he will live the entire thing.
Understood. And if I could, like to play devil's advocate, right? Are you saying it's impossible to learn how to be self-sufficient while in a marriage? Is it
No, I'm not.
impossible for a woman to learn how to be self-sufficient while she's in a marriage?
No, but
Oh,
just for me and my opinion, I think you should do it first.
I respect your opinion. I do.
I think
When
you should do it first.
my wife has I'll just say she's had some issues with men before I came along. And she had that same mindset when we first met. And it was a barrier for me and her for a long time. it kind of came towards she just didn't trust men.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, you could probably dick me down, but what else? And like, what else? Like, what else comes with this
Yeah.
situation?
Facts.
And honestly, yo, I know we kind of talked about this subject. Kind of came up in a lot of past podcasts, but we are lack of a lot of male leadership in the black community. There's not a lot of men who are just leaders. You know, we're dick layers all around. It's just in our nature, right?
Dick
But
layers.
as far as like,
Dick layers.
yeah, as far as like taking care of our women and managing our money and creating this foundation and all that other, goals shit. There's like five of us. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that can be frustrating. And so, a lot of women in our community have created this natural shell. Like, nah, you got to get your shit all the way together,
Mm,
you know. And the bad part about that is that, there are bumps in your path to getting all of your shit together. And for some women, God bless their heart, and niggas too, God bless our hearts, that shit don't hit till like we 40, 45. And you're missing a lot of time with somebody that you love because there's a break in that trust in the community, not necessarily that person. Because a lot of you might meet a man, but you'll never even give him a chance to trust him because there's this community divide between black men and women.
wow.
But you got to take a chance, you got to take a leap of faith, and that's what God kind of told you. Like, God doesn't. I mean, some people, God be knocking on their door and saying, "Hey, I'm here," but a lot of people, it's just a leap of faith. You know what I'm saying? God never really talked to me. I just have a leap of faith, and I believe that God is here and watching amongst us, right? And it's the same thing, and you can also be wrong. You can take that leap of faith for that person that you love, and it could end up being a pit. But I guess that just comes with just having some good common sense and being a little lucky.
That was heavy, brother. That was heavy.
I've been drinking, so
But yo, look, I'm right up at that 2 hour mark. I want to thank you guys for coming on the platform in the midst of everything that's been happening. But over here, on this side, I'm monetizing information. I'm keeping the spirits high. I'm staying away from the gossip. You know what I'm saying? I'm good on that, man. I'm protecting my energy. I ain't got no time for the BS. I got to sever ties with a lot of people that I still love to this day, but I just got to sever ties and I got to
And
move
protect
on. I
what
got to
you're
do my
building.
yeah, I gotta keep on, bro. I gotta keep it going. You know what I'm saying? I'm not satisfied with where I'm at. I'm not.
That part.
So I can't chill out with y'all and do what y'all do. I can't. I gotta go get it. Like my nigga Chevroy said, and I'm about to watch his shit. Man, I'm about to go learn some shit, man. This shit is beautiful, yo.
Me too.
Yeah, damn, thanks for tuning in, guys. Anything else you guys want to say? Any final thoughts or anything?
I love that he came on today because I learned so much that I didn't expect to learn. Um, and he didn't actually say it out his mouth, but what I heard him conveying is
Mm,
you can make excuses or you can make adjustments. He
mm,
said a lot of everything he learned, he just learned on his own. Like he did research, YouTube University. And I'm just like, man, I'm not going to give 6 hours to binge watching on YouTube, but I can give 6 hours to learning something new.
yeah, there we go.
I enjoyed that today.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. In my personal opinion, I love when he said this part right here. He said retirement is not an
Mm-mm.
age. I can't wait to go back and review all of that information. But yeah, look, there's nothing left to do but one podcast, episode 30. We changing the frequency, you know what I'm saying? We keeping the spirits high, we learning, we edifying, we trying to better each other. We talking LLCs, we talking investing. You come up here on your tough guy shit, I'm pulling you out and I'm asking you what your 5 year plan is, and we getting deep into your shit, all right? We not playing no games this season. And we growing. And yo, I appreciate you guys for coming up here. It really means a lot. There's a lot of fuck shit going on in the background. You know what I'm saying? Regarding this whole shit. I'm losing real friends over this shit for no reason. I just want to continue to grow, elevate, and just edify with you guys. And I
But you
appreciate
know
you
what?
guys.
Sometimes growing means
Yeah.
something has to fall off. So
Yeah.
Hey,
it might be
like
that.
the
It might be
grass.
the things that that meant a lot to you. Sometimes it just gotta fall off.
You heard
Sometimes
what
you gotta love people from a distance.
Snoop Dogg said about that shit, right? That shit. You heard what Snoop Dogg shit?
What'd he say?
This nigga Snoop was like, yo, sometimes I be with people and they be like, yo, you changed. Like, you went all the way up here and shit. And then Snoop was like, yo, you were supposed to come with me. And I was
With
like,
me.
yeah, it's just like, but nah, that's just real, man.
Damn,
Gotta come up with people.
that metaphor shits on mine completely. Because I was gonna say I was gonna say, well, the grass doesn't hang around with the trees, even though they
Right, but
come
he
from
just
the
like,
same place.
nah, he like, nah, you were supposed to come with me. Like, I'm
Yeah.
up. I'm going. This is where I'm going, yo. Like, I'm going up.
And nigga, you can
Yeah.
still come.
Right, exactly. That's the point. Like, no one counted you out. Just because you can't see me no more ain't
Yeah.
my fucking fault. But nah, come
Ooh.
up. We right up here. We up here. It's a free invite.
Yeah.
You can make excuses or adjustments.
Excuses or adjustments.
Usually
With that being
adjustments.
said, I'm gonna close this one out. And
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna chop it up with you guys in the back chats and everything like that. I really appreciate you guys for coming on. Trust me, I'm gonna definitely tap in with you guys on the one. You heard?
All right, no doubt.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. And let me pull this up. Boom, boom. Hey, it's nothing left to do but one podcast, episode 30. We're gonna close out with the villain. Let's go with the villain part 1. I usually play the villain part 2 before I get out of here. It's the villain part 1. SoundCloud.com/chaotic flame. Nothing left to do but one podcast, episode 30. Real estates. Shout out to the viewership. Shout out to AK. Yeah. Shout out to Lamar. Shout out to Neff. Shout out to AK again. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Nothing left to do but one podcast. Once again, I'm going to bring up the financials one last time. Hold up. We are in Neo. As long as this motherfucker is under $10, I'm buying it. I don't give a fuck what a bitch say. Hey, this shit could drop back down to 7 too, so watch your ass. Put your stop loss on. Affirm. This shit goes back down around 12. I'm buying. Target. I am buying this right fucking now. Right? Here's what it did today. 3% on the day. But if you were in a call option, this is what happened.